Hi, my name is Michelle Santiago, and I am a school social worker for San Marcos Unified at Double Peak and San Marcos Middle. I'm also the mom of teenage boys, and it is very difficult during this time, during the pandemic and these uncertain times, to be a parent. And we wanted to make sure that we are giving our parents some support and some ideas on how they can deal with stress and emotions, very strong emotions. So we have partnered with U School, and we have a parent representative who is going to share their story as well. For this week, we're going to talk about emotional vocabulary and how important it is to be able to talk about your emotions, name your emotions, and also model for your kids how you're going to deal with a particularly challenging time. They're watching, and we want to make sure that we are giving them what they need so that they can be resilient and successful in what they do. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Paul, and I'm one of the school counselors at San Marcos High. I'm also the parent of two teens. So I think I understand what a lot of you are going through as parents, trying to work and trying to help your kids who are experiencing a lot of loss and a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknowns. And we're experiencing that too as parents, and we have our own struggles. And so that in the household could lead to a lot of tension, and things can kind of escalate sometimes by the way someone says something and then someone reacts and it kind of builds quickly. And so it's hard because everyone's suffering in their own different ways. So one of the things that I have found that's helped in our household is that communication of how we're feeling. And the other day, my daughter, for example, asked for some help with something, and I had a lot going on for my own responsibilities. And I was feeling a little bit stressed and overwhelmed. And so I just simply told her, I said, "Hey, listen, I'm feeling a little bit stressed. I'm happy to help you. But if I get snippy, it's just because of my own stuff. Please don't take it personally." And I did get a little snippy, and we laughed it off. And so we avoided an escalation where someone would feel defensive or attacked. So sometimes things like that, just that communication. And I think what our kids really need from us right now is an ear. And so they could just talk about their feelings and how hard it is, and someone to say, "Yeah, I see that," and to really validate how they're feeling.
There's no shortage of stressful scenarios that we're finding ourselves in. The curious question then is, how are you responding to stress? And how are your kids responding to the stress that they feel? Most of the time, we react. We don't think about it. We don't spend time exploring what's going on inside me. And we just do. We just try to resolve and relieve ourselves of these feelings. The question, though, is could there be a better, more productive way? And as parents, is there a way that I could be really helpful to teach my kid how to handle their internal feelings in productive ways? Not by being angry or by throwing fits or by being rude, but by really kind of understanding themselves and then managing their own lives. That would be the goal. By the time they leave our homes, that they're well on their way to knowing how to deal with the inside in really healthy, productive ways. I remember I had a mentor in college that we spent time having coffee, and he asked me a bunch of questions and shared with me his life. There's one particular time he asked me to explain. He just says, "I'm curious, what kind of emotions do you have in a given day or week?" And I thought about it. So I don't know. I get happy sometimes. I sometimes get sad. I get angry, and then I was like, I get hungry. Does that count? And he just shook his head at me like, "Are you kidding?" And the next time we met up, he brought this like printout of different smiley faces of different emotions, the charts that described being indignant or being frustrated or feeling contempt or feeling elation. And he helped me grow this emotional vocabulary. Why? Because there's something that happens when we can put words and expression to what's going on the inside. In fact, when we're able to name our experience on the inside, there's this sort of integrative effect inside of our brains that helps extinguish the pent-up energy. And as parents, we can offer our kids that. It's a gift we can give them to teach them how to identify their emotions, to become more self-aware. And so a really simple thing that you can do with your kids, number one, is to model for them, to name, "I'm feeling frustrated because," or "I'm feeling so grateful because, or I'm feeling worried or fearful. If they can watch you and I as parents articulate what's going on the inside, and then watch us make pretty healthy decisions out of that. So I'm going to take a walk. So I'm going to call a friend. So I'm going to go work out. So I'm going to go meditate or pray. If they can watch us name the emotions and make a healthy choice, amazing. And secondly, that we can even pull off that chart. We have a link that you can download where you can share with your kids, hey, point the different feeling that you're having right now. You could even use the keyboard on your phone and say, which emoji would describe what's going on the inside for you. So that's today's tip. Learn how to identify in your own life the words and phrases to make sense of how you're feeling. And then share with your kids an emotional vocabulary that can help them name and integrate what's going on in their lives.